been a couple hours since my thumb slipped and touched the blade, and right now it's totally fine, not even a scratch. So the number one question I get in every video is how I still have all my fingers. And the answer is stoneworking is not nearly as dangerous as it looks. There's a lot of misconceptions in the public about what diamond blades can do and what they can do to your fingers. So I wanted to create a series that kind of educates people and brings them along through this art that I love and shows them that it is very easy, very safe, pretty cheap, and you can do it. Anyone can do this. So this is going to be a couple part series. This video is going to be on the real safety that you need to take working with stone, and then we're going to get into the actual stones that you can use, where you can get them, and then the tools that you should start with, and then from there, once you get your feet wet, you can branch out into whatever else. So I really hope this series opens your eyes to a new material and what you can do with stone. There's a couple different types of diamond blades, but one distinction that you need to be aware of as a beginner is continuous rim blades versus segmented blades. And you want to shop exclusively for continuous rim blades. They might be called a couple different things when you're shopping for them, but you want to look for a continuous rim that has no gaps in it. When you move over to these segmented blades, they do cut faster, but these gaps can catch your finger, and so these will actually cut you if you touch them. Whereas these, you can mess up, you can be very close to them, and there's no worry about being cut. One of the biggest things you have to be worried about when cutting stone is actually the dust. There's a disease called silicosis that you can develop after repeated exposure to stone dust that causes irreparable damage to your lungs and can actually kill you. So that's why a lot of tools come equipped with water feeds to keep the dust down. But if you notice that there is dust floating around, you absolutely want to, number one, fix your water feed, or get a mask or a respirator to prevent yourself from inhaling that. And there is no safe stone dust. Granite, slate, marble, all your standard stones are all dangerous because of silicosis, but when you get into the more exotic rocks, when you're rock hounding and find some of those, there can be toxic minerals in there that you absolutely don't want airborne or in your lungs. One other thing to be aware of is that stones are heavy. They're not as heavy as everyone thinks they are. Granite and aluminum have the same density, but both of those are about 3 times as dense as wood. So a rock that about will fit in your hand weighs probably 15 pounds, but one that is decently sized could be 40 pounds. So just make sure your eyes aren't bigger than your muscles and you're not overexerting yourself when you're lifting the rocks. Stone tools are designed to be used with water, and that goes for the electrical components as well. Most stone tools you'll find have a GFI circuit breaker built directly into the power cord, so there's nothing else you need to do, and they are safe to be used around water. So one thing in the general safety department that you always want to have around is eye protection and ear protection. When you're cutting stone, there's going to be little bits of things flying all around, and it's going to be very loud. So make sure you have eyeglasses and ear muffs. That's it for safety. Now you can use those fingers to click on through to the video about finding stone and getting the tools needed to complete your first project. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe.